team, and then being able to actually be there in front of people and really connect with people. And it was like instant family is what it felt like to me. And I just thought that was super special, you know, and that's something about our team that I don't think many teams have that type of connection and that culture. So that's something super special about our Overcome Nation team that I just have never experienced before in all my years in being in network marketing and being with other companies. This is just a very special culture that is being built here with Overcome Nation. So I love it. I'm impressed with it a lot. The network marketing industry probably at least 5, 6 years ago. And I've been with a couple different companies.
Mhm.
Wonderful money industry, but with industry. And that's the problem with why it's become, you know, not really socially acceptable in this industry, and why people kind of roll their eyes at it, because people come in on all that hype and they expect that they're going to do well right off the bat, or that it's just going to fall from the sky, and they don't understand how much work it takes, or they don't understand that it's a new skill set,
Mhm.
just like any other job you would have, you know. People will go to school for 4 or 5, sometimes 6 years, even more if you're depending on what you're majoring in school.
Mhm.
And so they'll take the amount of time necessary to really learn a skill set, even if it's not in real world, but at least they're learning that skill set, you know, in theory and in their textbooks and so forth. And so even then, when you go and you spend 5 or more years learning a skill set before you enter into an industry, and then when you even get a job, once you're in the industry you plan to be in, there's a certain amount of training that you have to go through before you really understand how to perform your job well. And until you have that skill set, you're just in training mode, you know, and and that's why people start at the ground floor of a new company. You start at the bottom and you learn what you need to learn. And as you learn more and more is when you start getting your promotions and you start earning more income and getting your raises and so forth. So
Mhm.
people need to understand that while network marketing is a brilliant
Right.
they get very excited coming in, they're sponsored in, and there's all the excitement, but then there's not really any real mentorship after that to teach you the true skill set necessary to be successful. And, you know, aside from that, I think people aren't properly informed ahead of time before they come into the industry about really what it takes, and that it is work,
Right.
you know, and that you have to take action. You can't just sit back and, just buy your own products, which is a big part of it too, buying your own product, being your own best customer. But
Mhm. Right. Right. Mhm. Mhm.
a system and building a network of people who honestly are working together towards a similar goal. And I think it's just absolutely brilliant. So I've been wanting to do it right for many years.
Mhm.
And finally, through Overcome Nation and our fearless leader, Rick Gutman,
Yeah.
bless his heart, and also TCB, Frank Susanek, what they are teaching us is truly the right way of doing it. And they understand with their many, many years of experience of how to do it right, and it's just incredible that they're willing to give us this free business school and really teach us the true ins and outs of the industry, from like financial standpoint, financial acumen, business acumen, the spiritual side of really
Mhm.
and looking deep within yourself and really figuring out what your dreams and what your goals are, and then giving us the tools and the proper training to help us get to those levels, to help
Right.
us reach where the levels that we want to reach and build the wealth that we want to build. But
Mhm.
also teaching us and helping us understand that you cannot reach the next level. Like, you can't come into a company at an entry level in any business and expect to make the top level earnings and have the knowledge and understanding necessary to be a leader at the top. You have to
Right.
go through the steps and the process and building layer upon layer on, so with your own knowledge and understanding, until you have enough in you that you're able to then turn around and teach it to others and earn that level, be at that next level. So again, unfortunately, I think a lot of people enter the industry with the wrong mindset,
Right.
thinking that they're going to instantly earn money, they're going to instantly earn that wealth, they're going to instantly just know what to do, or they think that it's so easy, or because people aren't honest enough with them,
Yeah, because our
because
team is not
people in
deceptive. Our leaders here are not deceptive. They are very honest, and they're not going to ask you to do something that they're not going to do themselves and first show you. And that's what I love about them the most, I think, too, especially Rick, is he doesn't teach anything that he doesn't do or he hasn't done. And he has everything to back it up. And he will be the first one to tell you, this is not about hype. I'm not going to hype you up. I'm going to tell you there's going to be sweat. This is not selling things. You're making it hard on yourself
right.
just by thinking that you're selling something. No, you're not. The product is amazing. You are your best customer, but you're really investing in something that's huge. Once you see the business model and you realize you guys are helping each other and holding each other's hands and lifting each other's up just by investing in product, maybe having a few customers. But the biggest thing is putting that money in that pool, getting the product, being healthier. You're getting self-development on the verge of
Mm-hmm.
because they're recommending books to read. They're telling you all sorts of things that can help you to get your own knowledge as well as learning it from the business school. And that's what I love the most. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but what really brought me here
Oh,
is the fact that they're not deceptive. And you can totally tell how honest these people are because, like I said, they're going to do it before they ask you to do it. They're going to do it when they ask you to do it.
yes.
They're going to already have
Yes.
done it when they're asking you to do it. And that's why they tell you that you need to do these things. And it's not like, oh, go watch this video and this video. They're literally walking you through everything, and the videos that you're watching are either live and it's a true
Mm-hmm.
teacher teaching in each one. It's not like,
Right.
oh, go watch these videos that were made by a computer and this is how it works. No, it's nothing. I mean, yes, we have a few that are
Yes.
made in like cartoon images or whatever, but a majority of this is live or one-on-one, and that's what I love.
Yeah, I love that's what I love too. And that's something that I always felt I was missing before in other places. It's like they would teach us, we would get together and have the rah-rah sessions and hey, let's have maybe a home meeting here, but it wasn't the nuts and bolts,
Hmm.
and I think you are understanding of that. It's this team, Rick and Frank and them and our other leaders that are really coming through the ranks. They are teaching us the nuts and bolts, and it is one-on-one, and it's more it's just incredible the way it's working. So I'm thrilled to be part of the team for sure. And so I'm excited to bring on future people. And now what's great is we can be honest and upfront with them and really teach them from the very beginning what it really is about, and talk in a different language, speak in true business language and financial language, rather than a bunch of just overexcitement and emotionalism and that sort of thing. So
Yeah, previously, the companies that I was in before, I was never taught how to speak true business acumen. I was never taught even to understand it really. Like I knew I was running a business, I knew what I was aiming
mm,
for, but how do you do it? Like you were not told how do you do it? You were not told this is the business model. You were not told these
right,
things. Sure, like there's a book somewhere that tells you that and you don't know the name of the book or whatever, or you can go to this tab and you can learn this and this, but that doesn't show me recruiting. That just teaches me how to sell the product, and I don't want to be a seller. I want to be a business owner. I want to own my own business, have my own free time. I don't
right,
want to be knocking on people's doors, calling them all the time, asking them about a
right,
product. That's not what I want. What I want is
right,
to get that freedom and to give other people a chance to have that same freedom financially, emotionally, for their family, for their boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whoever it is, freedom to live out their dreams, do the things that they want to do, travel, all of that.
for sure.
And I was going to ask you, you want to tell me what your dream is out of all of this? Is what is your driving, besides, I mean, obviously Viseo is our vehicle, but what are you using Viseo as a vehicle to attain?
Accomplish. Really, for me, it's the time freedom thing, because I have been in my current job, and which, I'm not going to quit it tomorrow. You don't quit your job right away. That's another thing people kind of think, like, oh, you can do this and totally replace your job. You can, but you probably shouldn't right away. You should kind of build them together at first. But anyhow, I've been there for 20 years. And as in a lot of other traditional businesses, kind of the longer you're in a place, and I'm in corporate America, so I have very little time freedom. I worked my way up the ladder and to the point where now I'm literally, what I do currently is I handle, applications. It's like I do some engineering type stuff for the entire country, and I'm one person trying to take care of all of these people that need something in the whole country. And so I find myself working like 10, 12, 14, sometimes 16 hours a day just to keep up. I want to be able, much time I want to, when I want to, with my family, with my kids, with my grandchildren, and my mother, she loves traveling, and it is my dream to send her someplace on a first class ticket. Like, I'm talking like when you go to Europe and these huge planes, and now they have some first class things where it's like you can literally lay down, that you have your own little room. I can't wait to the point where I can send my mother on her dream trip in a first class thing like that. But again, that's kind of really a big thing, but I just want to spend time with my family. That is, and have my time freedom back. That's the biggest thing for me. And just to be able to be financially free as well, of course, be 100% out of debt, house paid off, cars paid off, everything, to where you can just give more than you have ever been able to give before, because I absolutely love giving to people. I love giving to charities, and obviously that's just really in my heart. And we have an amazing charity here with Viseo, with Hearts and Hands for Humanity, building those water wells. But I just have this huge thing. I really have a big heart for like the homeless and stuff too, especially women and children that are suffering and can't make ends meet and so forth. So if I can build up something to where I can give back, that is huge for me. And I can't wait to be able to give just so much more than I can right now. And that's a big deal for me.
Right. Me
What about
too. Me
you?
too. That's funny that you just touched on this subject. And I think I know why we just kind of clicked right away. And that's the thing people don't understand is there's a lot of companies that are selfish. There's a lot of companies with business models that will rob you from underneath, and you won't even realize it till the last moment because you're the last one being
Mm-hmm.
recruited, or you're on the lowest of the totem pole, and you don't realize how
Mm-hmm.
much the company is actually making for you. Well, this company that we're in, we're not about that, and they do teach servant leadership. That is one of their biggest things.
Mm-hmm.
So being a part of this company, you cannot be selfish. There's no way you'd make it. You just
That's
can't.
right.
And I think
That's
that's why
right.
so many
That's right.
wonderful people have come together and joined hands like this, because we all that are a part of this all have
Mm-hmm.
something so big that we want to do to help others that it becomes kind of selfish. I don't know how to say that. It's selfish, but
Yeah.
selfish.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
my my kids were recently, well, it's not even recent now. It's about 3 years ago they were diagnosed with a genetic disease.